What up, YouTube? This is GeoStealth1, and I want to come across and give you another update. And initially, I was going to break this up into a series update with the company that I'm about to present to you. But I said, you know what? Let me just slam all this into one video and, have you guys just a quick installation side of what I'm doing. So the company I'm about to install is a company that I've been affiliated with for a while now. It's T-Bone Racing, and you can find them at tboneracing.net. Pretty easy company to find them, So primarily what these are plastic bumpers or protect kits for your RC. Now, the reason why I'm telling you I'm going to break this up into a quick installation series is because I ended up buying a few protecting parts for the AXIAL Yeti. So let me come across, give you a better camera view of each and every installation that I'm about to do. And let's make this RC as indestructible as I could possibly make it. Because I'm noticing once I do complete this project as me making this one of the fastest Yetis out there, 1/10 scale Yetis, I'm noticing that once I do that, stuff is going to break. So there were a lot of comments on my video last time about, me breaking this, me breaking that. Update videos are happening to address the issues of what might break on the Yeti with me having this type of motor in there. So keep calm. Everything's going to come into play very soon. So let's begin. Alrighty, so for the first installation, I'm going to go with the T-Bone Racing front bumper. Part number is 12010. And I just want to give you what comes in the bag. You are coming in with your famous T-Bone bumper. I utilize this on a lot of applications that I've had beforehand, and I think this is going to be pretty good. It does come with 4 screws that you're able to install into the unit. And it seems like it comes in with this plate. So from what this plate looks like to me, it looks like it has to go in between here, because it looks like it's only fitting right there, and some type of spacer available for it. So let me flip this RC over and start unscrewing stuff and getting stuff ready for this RC. Alrighty, so if you see here, I see where the lip is at right here, where they want you to place the bumper. Yeah, so this is what I'm looking at in covering these 2 pieces right there. And let me size up a good screw for this, and then we should be able to have a bumper installed ASAP. So judging by what I was just looking at as of right now, I thought, why not? We'll do it all in one shot as of this part of the components. So let me introduce you to the T-Bone Racing skid plate, well, the chassis skid as they call it, and part number is 12014. So this will initially screw onto here, and then will protect my components underneath. So let me unbag this and start getting the installation up and running. Alrighty, so visually looking at the plate, I'm going to have to remove this screw, this screw, this screw, and this screw to have the installation of the chassis protector underneath. So let me start removing. Just a little quick thing for you guys that are installing this, just to mark it, not to mark it up, but unscrew it out a little bit so you know which screws are you getting. Now on this one I could notice that there's the 2 outside screws, so at least now when I take out these screws I know exactly what I'm looking at, because there's a lot of screws underneath. So let me take these out right now. Now the only issue I might have with this is that you're gonna have to unscrew a lot of things out of your you're gonna have to unscrew a lot of screws when you try to get your receiver, but you shouldn't really have to finagle with your receiver that much once you do this installation. And yeah, so as of right now, you're gonna have to replace these screws. These are the screws that I'm utilizing for this build from Team K&K Hardware. These are the 3mm by 16mm stainless steel screws. So those will replace the initial screws that are coming in here. So let me get this up and running, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I started off with a point. What I did was I lined up one of the screws, kind of like somewhat the centerpiece between the front bumper and the chassis protector, and I just screwed it in right here so it gives me some type of point to where I can screw each and every one of the screws available for this RC. So I'm going to start off my back and just work my way front. Let me look for that hole. Don't try to over tighten. If you're ever utilizing this screw gun, go on a low setting. I'll throw it on 4. So it gives me somewhat of a little bit of a torque, but it doesn't strip out anything that I have on the RC. There we go. Little by little, a little patience. You know, it goes a long way. And you're probably wondering why I bought this. Well, why not? You know, it's very inexpensive. There are things that you could buy, other things for this RC, and I thought protectors have worked very well for me throughout the years. If you guys have seen prior videos of mine, I've pretty much said nothing but great things about T-Bone Racing. So this is something that I think the RC could have utilized, you know, in protecting from a lot of hits and stuff like that, and just bringing more of the force like to the bumper and to the chassis, and it strengthens. If I kid you not, this does strengthen the overall RC itself. So let me finish up with the screws right here, and then I'm gonna keep working my way back to whatever else I got. Alrighty, so after I installed the front bumper and the chassis protector, their skid plate from T-Bone Racing, there's another product that I want to show you. And this is the T-Bone Racing lower link guards, part number 12014. Now, you're probably wondering why I acquired this, and I'll just give you a few reasons why I acquired it. Reason number one, what this is going to do is strengthen over here my lower links right here, but also I'm changing these links out very soon. I am going with the Vanquish product coming very, very soon. And what I wanted to do is, this has pretty much a lip that goes over the link and will protect it from a lot of beatings that it's gonna initially take with what I want to do with this RC. So that being said, I wanted something that would guard it. I'm very surprised that T-Bone came out with it. Well, not too surprised, but when I saw it, I'm like, oh, you know what? That's one of the first things I want to buy. And it was one of the first things that I purchased from T-Bone Racing. And let me come across and just go into the install. What I'm doing now, most likely you are going to have to do this to get to this screw. Maybe not, depending on how you work with your RC. So my wheel is out, and just for anything, I take out my pin. Now usually what I do with the pin is I put it inside the wheel, and just so I know where it's at. So I'm just giving you just more of a visual look of what I'm doing. So let me come back to my 2mm and just start unscrewing. Hold one end like so. Like, no. There we go. And I'll just start unscrewing these guys. There goes one. Try not to lose the nuts behind there. Alrighty, and there goes the second one. So let me take out these screws. I'm going to take out the back one first. I'll toss you right there. And then I'll slowly take this one out. Now, if you slowly take it out, you should technically have the slot there again for when you install this. Preference for me, I'm going to put this in first and then just line it up. And it should slide in really nicely over there. Alrighty, so as I keep working on this final screw piece, just hold it down, twist a little bit, find where the groove is at. You don't have to initially screw everything on at that point. Take the other end piece, which you found beforehand, just screw that on, have it relatively available, just enough for when you feed everything in. You should be good to go. I'm going to come across, look for the other bolts for this, and as I'm looking for them, I'm noticing that they are the 3mm nylon nuts. So I'm just going to need a few more of these bad boys. I say 4 in total. Yes, 4 in total. So I'm going to take those bad boys out, rest them up over there, lay this bad boy down. I'm going to start off from this end. Slide that in there. Now, I'm doing this pretty quick for you, but when you do this, just make sure you have your Loctite. I'll Loctite it later on a later video, but as for now, I'm just doing the installation process for you. And the last one comes in here, which this one looks like you'll be the one to give me the headache. Let me see if I could just screw it in. That was just it. Just needed to be a little guidance onto it. And with all the other ones, just sleight of hand. Once you do that, you should have all 4 of them right there. Take this. You don't have to go too crazy. That sounds good. Right here. That sounds good. Over here. That sounds good. Don't mind me with the... There we go. So let me work on the other side as well. And yeah, and we're gonna still keep working on our way back. Alrighty, so here we go. Now, I just installed the link protectors for the rear, and it came out really well. I mean, you'll not notice it through this end, but if you look behind there, you'll notice the clearance of what it gives you once it starts hitting like rocks or whatever. So it's definitely something cool for you to add on. I'll show you the chassis underneath, which is pretty cool to have installed into your Yeti. And as always, the front bumper from T-Bone Racing, which that's definitely good to have for your Yeti. Now, there's one part that I have not installed yet because it has not been mailed to me, and it would be the T-Bone protector for the rear. Now, this will be in an up-and-coming video once the part has come into my possession, and terribly sorry I wasn't able to do it on this specific video, but as of right now, I'm jumping into a few more other upgrades, that I am planning, well, that I have unpackaged as of right now, and I'm going to keep working on that. And yeah, you'll be seeing up-and-coming videos of a whole bunch of new stuff. So rate, comment, subscribe, and tell my fellas up in YouTube. Later.